And DeseretNews.com. Settle in because we're about set, ready to go. Jamison Day in the box. Yates ready to go on the mound. And the first pitch is to the backstop for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch at 12:31 here in Orem under mostly sunny skies and 62 degrees. Just a light breeze blowing right here, the American flag off in right center field. It's a 1 ball, no strike count on Jamison Day. Kaylor Yates from the stretch comes home. This one in there for a called strike, and it evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ready to go. Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way home in the batter's box for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike here on Jamison Day. Snow Canyon opening the tournament in the Canyon View, I guess regional, so to speak. Canyon View being the host school, and the 2-1 pitch in there for a called strike. It evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jamison Day. They defeated Canyon View 18-0. And then beat Juan Diego 8-1 before losing to Dixie the other day. And down on strikes is Jamison Day as Yates gets him to swing and miss. And there's 1 away in the top of the first inning for Davis Rigby. That game was the first game here the other day, and Dixie won it 12-2. The Flyers were able to score early and often against Snow Canyon, as Davis Rigby swings and misses at the first pitch. And it's 0-1 here on Davis Rigby. Sunny, some high clouds here, but other than that, setting up to be nice. Here's the 0-1 pitch on its way to Rigby. That one's fouled away. And it's 0-2 the count here on Kaylor Yates. Infield will play back here for the Dixie Flyers. Dixie just needs to win 1, and they'll win the 3A state championship. Snow Canyon would need to win twice. Fastball misses away, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of pressure on the Snow Canyon Warriors to even force that second game, which would start, if they would, it would start around 20 to 30 minutes following this one. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count, and the pitch on its way home low, and it kind of skips away from London behind home plate, and it evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Working here from the stretch is Kaylor Yates. Yates, I think, will work from the stretch majority of the night or the afternoon. The 2-2 pitch fouled straight back, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch coming here to Davis Rigby. Rigby from the stretch takes a look in, gets the sign from London, and the 2-2 pitch. Rigby checks his swing. London applies the tag, but be called for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count here on Davis Rigby. Rigby with a slight open stance in the box. And the 3-2 pitch on its way is going to be rolled down the third baseline. The pitcher, Yates, throws kind of off balance and throws it down the line. Rigby takes the turnaround first. He will head to second. He's going to stop trying to get back to second. He dives, and he is safe just underneath the tag of Blanchard. And I tell you right there, Dixie thought they had him at second. And out is going to come the Dixie head coach. He's going to head and have a quick word with the base umpire. The throw beat him, but I do think there that the runner, Rigby, was able to dive around the tag to get back underneath just in the nick of time to be safe. And right there, Kaylor Yates just with an off-balance throw. We'll put there, that will be, they're going to give a base hit to Rigby here. And I think, I don't know, it is a base hit, but part of me thinks there needs to be a throwing error as to why Rigby gets to second base. Here's Austin Deming, the shortstop. Deming got the start in game 1 here for Snow Canyon. Had a very good game at the plate. That one's fouled back to the screen. Deming in the first game today with a 3-run homer, an RBI double, an RBI single, and a 2-run triple. Hit for the cycle. Had 7 runs batted in for Snow Canyon. Yates ready to go, takes a look at the runner at second and comes home. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. A lot of blue for the Dixie Flyers here, flooded from the third base dugout beginning all the way to right around the home plate area. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung out and missed, strike 3. Deming just tried, I think, to throw the bat on that one, knowing it was potentially a called strike 3. Yates with his second strikeout, and with 2 gone, here's Cannon Sechrist. Sechrist, the first baseman, will look to try to see if he can give Snow Canyon an early lead. The Warriors, the last couple of days, have found a way to jump out early on. They scored 7 last night, as there's a swing and a miss by Cannon Sechrist. It's no balls and a strike against Juan Diego, and then came back with 3 in the top of the first inning. In the game earlier this morning, off the bat of Austin Deming, a home run that went just right down the line to left. The 0-1 pitch on its way home, misses off the plate, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cannon Sechrist will stand back in the box, ready to go here, the first baseman. Here's the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, swung out and missed, strike 2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count here on Cannon Sechrist. Davis Rigby, the runner on at second base, getting his lead. Yates from the stretch takes a look out at second to check Rigby, and now we'll just turn and look Rigby back to the bag. These two teams know each other very well. 3 times they've played already in this season. Dixie won the 2 regular season matchups and won the 1 matchup here at this tournament. And Sechrist tried to go the other way and just lines it foul, as you saw Davis Rigby right there rounding third base. A base hit I would imagine would score Davis Rigby here. But Sechrist just late on that fastball. Lines it foul. Kaylor Yates takes a look in behind home plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch, about ready to come home, and it's on its way. Now it's going to be fouled at home plate, and I think it might have came up and hit Sechrist. And we'll have another 1-2 pitch coming here momentarily. Snow Canyon in the green tops and white pants. Dixie in the all white uniforms for the Dixie Flyers. Here's the 1-2 pitch, about ready to come home. Yates comes home. That one's fouled back to the screen. It's 1-2, so a little bit of a battle here between Kaylor Yates and Cannon Sechrist going on right now here in the first. Top of the first inning, no score here at the 2017 Class 3A State Championship game. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch, about ready to come home. That one's low and outside, ball 2. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on Cannon Sechrist. Yates working here from the stretch, takes a long look into London behind home plate. Time called by Sechrist, who wants to step out of the box. He'll take a practice cut and step back in. Yates, I think, might have been taking a little bit too long. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the 2-2 pitch on its way. That one's lined down the third baseline. That's going to score Rigby for sure. Heading around first, Cannon Sechrist. He's heading into second. The throw, not in time. It's 1-0 Snow Canyon. A clutch 2-out hit for the Snow Canyon Warriors as Cannon Sechrist gives Snow Canyon an early 1-0 lead, and it will be Braden Baker to come to the plate. Baker getting the start this afternoon in right field for Snow Canyon. Ready to go here from the stretch, Kaylor Yates. Takes a long look in behind home plate to London here. The pitch on its way. Fouled back to the screen. No balls and a strike. The count here on Braden Baker. The umpire needing a couple of more baseballs here in the early going. Big gap right now out in deep between left and center field as Dempsey and Levitt are playing. Levitt playing in left field, a little more pulled over towards the line. Dempsey shaded towards right center field. There's a bouncing ball over to first. A nice backhanded pick by Vest, who will touch first base, and the inning's over. Snow Canyon, however, gets the first run of the ball game. It's Snow Canyon 1, the Dixie Flyers, coming up after the break here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
There was 1 error and 1 not pitch. Leading up for Dixie, shortstop, number 9, Hobbs Nyberg.
Bottom of the first inning here from Orem, the Dixie Flyers coming up, and Hobbs Nyberg will lead it off for Dixie, who the Flyers trail this one 1-0. It'll be Hobbs Nyberg, Dayton Dempsey, Tyson Fisher, 1, 2, and 3 coming up, and the first pitch misses away from Jed Jensen. It's 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Nyberg. Hobbs Nyberg leads off. Dayton Dempsey, the center fielder, second. Tyson Fisher, the third baseman, hits third. The 1-0 pitch low for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Peyton Hara, the right fielder, hits fourth. Wyatt Woodland, the designated hitter, will hit fifth. Kaylor Yates, the pitcher, hits sixth. And that ball's hit well to right field. It's hooking, and it is well fouled. Nyberg got all of that one and used the short porch right there. As you see, there's a road that runs along the campus here right behind that fence, and then a big gap. And then you hit the on-ramp to Interstate 15. The 2-1 pitch on its way is going to be grounded up the middle. This could be a tough play. Over to cut it off, and the throw's in time, and they get Nyberg. Deming made a good throw and used the strong arm to get Hobbs Nyberg, and there's one away. Cooper Vest will hit sixth for Dixie. Hitting seventh will be the catcher, Cooper Vest hits seventh, the first baseman. Chase London, the catcher, eighth. And then Caleb Levitt, the left fielder, will bat ninth. Brendan Blanchard will play second base but will not hit for Dixie. The first pitch in there, a called strike to Dayton Dempsey. No balls and a strike on the Dixie center fielder. We'll set the defense for Snow Canyon momentarily. The 0-1 pitch is going to be rolled to short. This is going to be Deming again. He's going to have to hurry the throw. Put it on the money again for the second out of the inning. Well, we saw Austin Deming do it with the on the mound and with the bat in their first game today. Now seems to be doing it with the glove here in game 2. There's 2 outs for the third baseman, Tyson Fisher. Defensively for Snow Canyon, Jamison Day in left, Davis Rigby in center, Braden Baker in right. At third base, it's going to be Stephen Gubler, Austin Deming at short. The second baseman will be Brock Seacrest, who will not hit in the lineup, just play second base. The first baseman will be Cannon Seacrest, and then Caleb Gates behind the plate. Jed Jensen on the mound, the 1-0 pitch. Misses low and away to Tyson Fisher. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Ready to go. Jensen will kick and deliver the 2-0 pitch on its way home, and Fisher rolls that one foul down the third baseline. It's 2 balls and a strike. The count on the third baseman, Tyson Fisher. 1-0 Snow Canyon, bottom of the first inning here from Brett Brown Ballpark in Orem. That one inside and tight, and they're going to say it hit Tyson Fisher. Fisher will be awarded first base. Here, the home plate umpire quickly stepping out in front of the plate and saying that hit him and sent him to first base. From Tyson Fisher's reaction, it didn't really look like it necessarily hit him. And now we'll have an explanation wanted by the head coach for Snow Canyon as to kind of what happened. And Fisher looked like it just came inside, but it must have, just kind of grazed the jersey or something as it came inside, and that will award Fisher first base. And now Peyton Hara, the right fielder, will be the hitter with 2 outs. And they're going to send right now the Snow Canyon coach having a long discussion. The home plate umpire putting his hand up, telling, I think, the coach to go back to the dugout here. So top of the first inning, both coaches already having discussions with the umpire. And the pitch on its way, and that's Hara grounds it to first. Misplay by Brock Seacrest. Going to be a close play. The underhand toss, the pitcher covering in time, and they got him. A heads-up play by the pitcher, Jed Jensen, to cover the bag after Seacrest mishandles it, and that will end the first inning. We've played 1 complete here from Brett Brown Ballpark, and it's going to be Snow Canyon 1, Dixie 0. You're watching the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Baseball Championship here on KSL.com and DesRedNews.com.
At Lunchwalk Tires, they know that time has a way of changing things. But the one thing that time hasn't changed is the way they feel about service. The next time you need tires, keep Les Schwab in mind. Leading up for Snow Canyon and batting 6th in the lineup is the designated hitter.
Top of the second inning here from Brett Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. It's going to be Zach Nowatzki, Stephen Gubler, and Jed Jensen coming up for Snow Canyon. The Warriors on top of Dixie, 1-0. Kaylor Yates ready to go. The first pitch misses away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The count here on Zach Nowatzki. Yates has worked a pretty good pace on the mound here as Nowatzki pulls that one foul. And it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Nowatzki. Snow Canyon's third base coach will go pick up that baseball down the third baseline. The breaking ball misses low for a ball. It's 2-1. The count here on Zach Nowatzki. Yates not working quite as quickly as we've seen some pitchers here the last couple of days work. That one inside and tight, but misses Nowatzki and the strike zone. It's 3-1. Zach Nowatzki working here, the designated hitter for Snow Canyon. From the stretch, the right-hander, Yates ready to go, kicks and delivers. This one misses low, ball 4, and Snow Canyon has the leadoff man on here in the second.
Here's the third baseman, number 1, Stephen Gubler.
And Stephen Gubler will come to the plate. Gubler grounded out to third and he hasn't hit in the ball game. Gubler's playing third base for Snow Canyon. And now a quick conversation between Chase London and starting pitcher Kaylor Yates, who will right now here in this 1-0 game in favor of Snow Canyon. The Warriors ready to go, working from the stretch is Yates. And the pitch on its way home. There's a one hopper to second. This could be two. They go to Nyberg for one. The throw to first in time. They turn it. The 4-6-3 double play. Blanchard to Nyberg to Vest in time for the double play. And 2 outs for Jed Jensen. Jensen, we've not seen him hit yet in this tournament, as he'll stand in here and face Yates. The breaking pitch hits the outside corner and snowballs and a strike here on Jed Jensen. Ready to go from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch on its way, misses low for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1 here on Jed Jensen. Yates right now taking a long look in, continuing to work from the stretch. That one's a bouncer off the glove of Yates, but right to Nyberg, who makes the throw to first, and the inning's over. So the leadoff man on for Snow Canyon's quickly erased by the double play. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Snow Canyon 1, Dixie 0. The Flyers coming up here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
RPT has been providing physical therapy services for all orthopedic conditions, post-operative care, sports, auto, and industrial injuries. RPT provides care for headaches, balance, and general sprains and strains. Check out the Deseret News for the best place to read about Prep sports. Online at DesNews.com. Deseret News, now you know. Leading up for Dixie in the second inning and batting fifth on the lineup is the designated hitter, number 20, Wyatt Woodland.
Wyatt Woodland, the designated hitter, will stand in and lead off the bottom of the second for Dixie. And the first pitch from Jed Jensen hits the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. It will be Woodland, Kaylor Yates, and Cooper Vest coming up, 5, 6, and 7. Working here, the 0-1 pitch is going to be rolled over towards third. Fielded by Gubler, his throw across the diamond in time. There's one away. So Jensen, 4 of his 5 all 4 outs that he's recorded have been via the ground ball here, giving the infield plenty of work here, keeping the ball down. Here's Kaylor Yates, the pitcher. And the first pitch time called, as right there, I don't think Yates was expecting it. The pitch came home and he laid the bunt down. The home plate umpire, though, calling time, so no pitch there. It would have worked out well for Snow Canyon. You would have had it would have been an 0-1 count on Kaylor Yates. The 0-1 pitch, or the first pitch, on its way is right on the outside corner. This time a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Kaylor Yates. Cooper Vest, the first baseman, will be in the on-deck circle, and the 0-1 pitch inside tight. They're going to say that again. Hit Kaylor Yates. So Yates on, and now we'll see if we'll have a speed-up runner. It doesn't look like we're going to have a speed-up runner. And time called now, as I think No, we're not going to have a speed up run. The first base umpire calling time, I think, to maybe double check and see if the coach wanted to go to a speed up runner. So Kaylor Yates will stand in and run here. Cooper Vest, the first baseman, coming to the plate. Jed Jensen trying to keep Snow Canyon ahead. The pickoff move, diving back to first, is Kaylor Yates. Yates with a pretty comfortable sized lead. He's taking off as Vest fouls that one away. Snowballs and a strike to count. Just kind of wondered with Yates kind of getting that lead if he may not be taking off, and right there he was. Vest did a nice job of fouling it away down the line. No balls and a strike on Cooper Vest, the first baseman for Dixie. Working from the stretch, Yates takes a look in and it comes home. That one misses low for a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Cooper Vest. 1 out, bottom of the second inning, a 1-0 lead for Snow Canyon. The 1-1 pitch, runner takes off, the pitch is high, the throw is in time, and they got him at second base. A great throw from Gates behind home plate. The throw beat him. It was just going to be a matter of whether Deming got the tag down, which he did. And so Yates is caught stealing for out number 2. And there's 2 away here and a 2-1 count on Cooper Vest. Ready to go. Here's the 2-1 pitch on its way. Vest will foul this one away back toward the main ticket gate and down the line there as some kids will run and try to get the foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch on its way home misses outside, ball 3, and the count runs full 3-2 to Cooper Vest. Jed Jensen's got some good help behind him with the defense, and that 3-2 pitch misses low, ball 4. The first walk of the ball game allowed by Jensen. It's really the 3rd free pass that he's allowed when you give the idea that now he had the 2 batters hit by a pitch, but the first actual walk, and here is Chase London, the catcher. London will stand in here with 2 outs in the inning. Dixie still looking for that first hit of the ball game. They've had 3 base runners, but none via a hit. From the stretch, ready to go, the pitch. Breaking ball, low and away. So the curveball was blocked in the dirt by Gates. It's 1 ball and no strikes here on Chase London. Getting the lead over at first base, Cooper Vest being held on by Cannon Sechrist. As time called, London will put 1 foot out of the box and now stand back in. 1 ball and no strikes to count. The pitch on its way. Fastball misses low and away, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Chase London. From the stretch, the pitch on its way. That one hit well to left field. Now coming in is Jamison Day. He will run up, make the basket catch, and the second inning comes to an end. Dixie gets a couple of base runners on base, but no other damage done. We've played 2 from Brent Brown Ballpark. Snow Canyon 1, Dixie 0. It's the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Baseball Championship here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading up for Snow Canyon in the third inning, and batting ninth in the lineup is the catcher, number 8, Caleb Gates.
Top of the third inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. 1-0 lead for Snow Canyon. Catcher Caleb Gates, Jamison Day, and Davis Rigby coming up for the Warriors. And Gates swings first pitch and lines this one down the line. It's going to one-hop the wall. It's going to take a weird bounce past Levitt in left field, and in with a stand-up leadoff double is Caleb Gates. So that ball hit hard off the bat, hit deep and hit well, but did a nice job there for Snow Canyon to get the leadoff man on. And right now, Kaylor Yates not fooling anybody in that Snow Canyon lineup. And now Jamison Day, the left fielder, will come in. We're going to have a speed-up runner out at second base. It's going to be Seth Smith, number 16, will run here for Caleb Gates. From the stretch, ready to go. Yates takes a look at second to check Smith. The breaking ball misses well off the plate for ball one. It's 1 ball and no strikes here on Jamison Day. Day 0 for 1 was a strikeout victim back in the first. 1 ball and no strikes the count, ready to go. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That one right on the corner with the fastball. Evens the count up a 1-1. One nothing Snow Canyon, top of the third inning. The Warriors trying to force a second game to determine the state championship. Be a ground ball to the right side of the infield. That will move the runner over as Day is thrown out at first base. But right there, a nice idea to move Seth Smith now over to third base with less than 2 outs. Puts Davis Rigby in a situation where he doesn't necessarily need a hit to get that run home. And we're going to see Dixie right off the bat move the infield in to try to cut down some runs at the plate. A little bit dangerous here because you have less reaction time on a ground ball. That one's going to be popped up, and that one will go foul. No balls and a strike, as you saw there. Kaylor Yates try to jam Davis Rigby. It's 0-1. Rigby 1 for 1, had a single, and came around to score the lone run of the ball game for Snow Canyon. The 0-1 pitch on its way. That one missing just low and outside, and evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. A big gap up the middle, and if you play in even a high chopper here, get the run home. Inside and tight again, and Rigby fouls that one back. It's 1-2. Rigby might have swung there at a pitch that was out of the strike zone. Probably a little tight, but or at least from my vantage point up here, it appeared to be a little bit tight and inside. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Davis Rigby. From the stretch, ready to go. The 1-2 pitch, swung out and missed, strike 3, and Rigby goes down. That is strikeout number 2 for Kaylor Yates. And with 2 gone in the third, Austin Deming, the shortstop, will come up. Sorry, I'm going to correct that. That's strikeout number 3 for Yates. Austin Deming struck out back in the first inning. He was strikeout victim number 2. Yates would love to get out of this without that run scoring. And Deming will foul this one away as it kind of fouls off, I think, his shin or ankle. And it's no balls and a strike, and we'll see Danny Ibsen come out, and I think he said, well, did it hit the batter, I think is what he said. We're able to pick up a little bit of the audio there. No balls and a strike to count on Deming. No balls and 1 strike to count. Ready to go, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball that comes inside and tight, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Snow Canyon coming in with a 19-10 record, as that one's fouled straight back to the screen. 6-4 in Region 9 play. Dixie coming in 23-3. And they went 8-2 in Region 9, who also had the other two teams out of Region 9 that qualified for the state tournament, the Desert Hills Thunder and the Pine View Panthers. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. They count here on Austin Deming. Infield will play back here for Dixie. They're just looking for that final out of the inning over at first base. Here's the 1-2 pitch, about ready to come home. And swung out and missed. Strike 3, just blew it by Deming as he swung out a pitch out of the strike zone. The 4th strikeout for Yates. The 2nd time Deming has gone down. And Snow Canyon strands a base runner. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Warriors on top of Dixie here at the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading off the 3rd for pitching, at 99 to the lineup was the left fielder, number 10.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, the Dixie Flyers coming up. Caleb Levitt will lead it off. Levitt, Nyberg, and Dempsey coming up, 9-1-2. As time called, as Snow Canyon had a couple of players that were still getting out on the field, or getting off the field after helping players warm up in between innings. So the 9-hole hitter, Caleb Levitt, to stand in, and he swings first pitch and grounds this one back through the box for a base hit. Dixie has their first hit of the afternoon, and a leadoff man on here in the 3rd inning. The first time the Flyers have been able to get that leadoff man on, and now it's going to bring up Hobbs Nyberg. Nyberg 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. The stands here at Brent Brown Ballpark filling up quite nicely. As Nyberg swings lines out right to Seacrest, who will touch first for the double play. A line drive that Cannon Seacrest just gloved on the before it could bounce in the dirt and touches first base for the 3 unassisted double play. And there's 2 gone for Dayton Dempsey. And now Danny Ibsen wants to talk with the home plate umpire, it looks like, about that. It was just a hard hit line drive right to the first baseman, and just a heads up play there made by Cannon Seacrest to get the out. So 2 away, and here's Dayton Dempsey. Dempsey 0 for 1, grounded out to short, and his first plate appearance takes the curveball for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Jed Jensen's been in a groove, and Dixie has not been able to get him out of that groove today. There's a ground ball deep in the hole, fielded on the short hop. The backhanded throw is going to be a great throw made by Denning deep in the hole, but just not in time to get Dayton Dempsey. And Dempsey has his first hit of the ball game. Here's Tyson Fisher. The ball hit. There was the 3rd baseman, Gubler, tried to cut that off, but then he couldn't. Denning, the shortstop, got to it, but he got to it very deep in the hole at short. Made a good accurate throw to first, but just not in time. Here's Tyson Fisher, lines a base hit through the box. Dempsey around second, he will hold, and the bats for Dixie seem to be warming up here in the 3rd inning, the 2nd time through the order, and now we'll bring up Peyton Hara. The tough part is you have to worry about if now the 2nd time through, if as a pitcher, if Jed Jensen was just pounding the strike zone with fastballs, which we've seen a good amount of breaking pitches, but if he's pounding the zone with the fastball, if Dixie times that fastball, he could start getting some knocks. Breaking ball, and Hara pops this one up into shallow right field. Going out, Brock Seacrest, the 2nd baseman, makes the catch, and the third inning is over. Dixie gets 3 hits, though, in the inning. They strand 2 on the base paths. We head to the 4th. Snow Canyon 1, Dixie 0. It's the 2017 Class 3A State Championship game here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading up for Snow Canyon in the 4th inning is the first baseman, number 15, Cannon Seacrest.
Cannon Seacrest leads off the top of the 4th inning for Snow Canyon. Seacrest made the nice backhanded play on the line drive for the double play in the top half. We'll see what he can do with the bat here. Seacrest had the RBI double to left that brought home the first and only run of the ball game for Snow Canyon. That one missing low for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes the count here on Cannon Seacrest. Seacrest takes that one low for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Seacrest in the previous ball game was 1 for 4 with a base hit. The 2-0 pitch is going to be rolled foul down into over by the Dixie dugout, and it's 2-1 the count here on Cannon Seacrest. It will be Seacrest, Baker, and Nowatzki coming up for Snow Canyon. The 2-1 pitch, breaking ball inside and tight, ball 3, and it's 3-1 the count here on Cannon Seacrest. Ready to go here with the 3-1 pitch. Kaylor Yates will kick and deliver, and Seacrest pops this one up. Question is, will it stay in fair play? It will not, running out of room as it lands about 7 or 8 rows. If you were to extend seats down onto the berm, it would have been about 7 or 8 rows back. And the count will go full here on Cannon Seacrest. Tyson Fisher gave it a look at third, but the 3-2 pitch lined this one right back up through the middle past Yates for a base hit into center field. And Cannon Seacrest is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. And now that's going to bring up Braden Baker. Baker grounded out to Cooper Vest back in the 1st. That ended the 1st inning for Snow Canyon. Working here from the stretch. Ready to go, it's the right-hander, Kaylor Yates. The pitch on its way is going to be fouled away, and it moves the count to 1 ball and no strikes. No balls and 1 strike here, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. A runner on for Snow Canyon, the leadoff man, Seacrest, gets on. Here's the pitch on its way. Fastball high, just about above the letters. Evens the count up at 1-1. It's the 3rd straight inning that Snow Canyon has had the leadoff man on in the inning. They had it in the 2nd, the 3rd, and also the 4th. A pickoff move, and they almost picked off Cannon Seacrest over a first. A very quick move from Yates, and the Dixie faithful thought for sure that they had him. 1-1 the count. The pickoff move again as they throw over immediately, and they're able to get it, dive back safely as Seacrest. Here's the 1-1 pitch, about ready to come home, on its way. That one blocked in the dirt for ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike. The count here on Braden Baker. Baker had a really successful ball game yesterday. Another quick pickoff move, and Sechrist wasn't even off the bag there when they threw over, so I don't know if they were trying to catch Sechrist as he got in his lead, but Sechrist was just standing there when the throw came over. Yates from the stretch, the pitch on its way. That one's going to skip away behind London, and moving up into scoring position is Cannon Sechrist. And we noticed we had the throwing error back in the first against the pitcher, or the throwing error by Yates, the pitcher, on the Davis Rigby single in the first, that instead of Rigby being on first base, Rigby was able to get into scoring position. It was followed up by the double by Cannon Sechrist that brought the run home. So those extra bases have been huge as Baker fouls it away, and now the count will go full 3-2. So you don't want to give a lot of extra bases right now to Sechrist. Working here, the 3-2 pitch, about ready to come home from the stretch, and the pitch on its way. Swung out and missed, strike three. Baker went above the belt and swung and missed, strike three. That is strikeout number 5 for Kaylor Yates, and one away, and here is Zach Nowatzki. Nowatzki walked back in the second inning and then got stranded on the base paths. From the stretch, ready to go. The pitch on its way is going to be popped up, and this one will go foul down the line. It's no balls and a strike here on Zach Nowatzki. Snow Canyon would love to add another run here in the inning. The pitch on its way, a breaking ball that will be fouled away. And it's 0-2 the count here on Zach Nowatzki. Something here they would like to do is see if they could add a run here in the inning. And the 0-2 pitch about ready to come home on its way. That one, a call, strike three, just above the knees. And strike three back-to-back strikeouts. Nowatzki has his 6th strikeout of the ball game, and now it's going to bring up Steven Gubler. Gubler grounded into a double play back in the 4th inning, back in the 2nd inning. That actually ended the inning. Pitch on its way, and Gubler fouls it back. It's no balls and a strike on Gubler. The runner out at second base, Cannon Sechrist, right now looking to try to see if he can get the base hit to extend the ball game. Try to extend the inning a little bit here. If he gets a base hit, that would potentially score Cannon Sechrist from second. Pitch to Gubler on the way, checks his swing and holds up, and the count will move to 1 ball and 1 strike. The difficult thing with this situation right here is you get Gubler, who is a very patient hitter, has worked some walks today and into last night's ball game. The pitch on its way, Gubler pops this one up. It's going to be playable on the infield. Someone's trying to find it, and it's going to just get foul onto the netting, and it's 1-2. They may have had a shot at that one, but London, I don't think, looking up into the afternoon sun, I don't know if he necessarily saw where the ball was coming from or where it was coming down at. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Gubler. Yates from the stretch, ready to go. The 1-2 pitch on its way, low, ball 2, and the count evens up. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Steven Gubler. From the stretch, the pitch, checks his swing again. They apply the tag and they want to appeal, but I don't think they were able to get the appeal, and the count will go full 3-2. Jed Jensen on deck for Snow Canyon. From the stretch, Yates ready to go. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside and tight, ball 4. So Gubler battles back in the count and draws a free pass. And now with runners on at first and second, will bring up the pitcher, Jed Jensen. Jensen 0 for 1, grounded to short in his only at bat of the ball game. That was back in the second inning. Yates from the stretch takes a look at the runner at second and comes home. And Jensen sends this one foul down the right field line. As Hara gave it a look, but it's really all that it got. No balls and 1 strike to count. Kaylor Yates not wasting much time in between pitches as the 0-1 pitch comes home. That one's going to be hit into left field. Coming over is Levitt. He will make the catch, and the inning's over. So a couple of runners get on for Snow Canyon. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Warriors 1, Flyers 0. It's the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Baseball Championship on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Stats and standings are available at MaxPreps.com, the official stats partner of the UHSAA. Today's event is being streamed live online and will be available for replay at any time at live.ksl.com. Leading off the 4th inning for the Dixie Flyers is the designated hitter, number 20, Wyatt Woodland.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Right now, Snow Canyon clinging to a 1-0 lead as Wyatt Woodland will stand in to lead it off for the Dixie Flyers. As the Flyers got the bats going last inning against Jensen. And he comes home first pitch. Woodland grounds this one to short. Deming up with it. His throw, though, is going to be way off line, and Woodland will reach. The throw by Deming, the shortstop, wasn't even really close to any place where the first baseman, Cannon Sechrist, could make a play. And when Sechrist was able to kind of make that move there, the play wasn't made. That will be an E6 against the shortstop, and here comes Kaylor Yates trying to help his own cause here in the 4th. He'll lay down a bunt, which he does to third. Gubler will throw to first in time to get Yates for the first out of the inning, but the sacrifice bunt laid down successfully, and there's one away. Here's Cooper Vest. Vest walked in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. And that was stranded on the base paths, and we're going to have a runner come in for Dixie. It's going to be number 19, Jacob English, who will run, in this case, for Wyatt Woodland. So English to run. So we'll see now as the speed-up runner here would help Dixie. In the case where if you get a base hit, potentially could tie the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cooper Vest walked in his first at-bat. Will stand in here. The umpire just writing down and making sure that he's got the change in his scorecard on the lineup card that he has in his pocket. We're about ready to go for baseball once again. 1-0 lead. Snow Canyon scoring in the top of the 1st inning. It's been zeros the rest of the way. The pitch to Cooper Vest, inside and tight, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Cooper Vest. English, the runner at second base, gets his lead. And the 1-0 pitch on its way. That one's lined right back to the box. This should tie the game. English will come around third. He will score. The ball's bobbled in center field by Rigby. It won't matter. An RBI single, and we're tied at 1.
Catcher, number 34, Chase Lundeen.
First pitch on its way is going to be lined down the left field line. That's trouble into the corner. Cooper Vest will get the stop sign at third. Lundeen up into second with a double. And right now, here come the bats at Dixie against Jed Jensen in the fourth. Dixie with the leading run, 90 feet away, as Trey Johnson will come in to run. Out at second base will run for Lundeen, the catcher. And now a time called, and we'll have a visit out to the mound right now as the chant begins. Dixie Flyers from the third baseline, as with one out in the inning, Jed Jensen in dire need of a strikeout. Caleb Levitt will be the hitter. Levitt had a hard base hit back through the middle in his first at-bat, and that base hit here would probably make it a 3-1 game in favor of Dixie. With the speed of Trey Johnson on at second base, Johnson would probably score on the single. So here's Caleb Levitt ready to go. Levitt will stand in. Working here from the stretch will be Jed Jensen. And the pitch on its way, a breaking ball right on the outside corner. No balls and a strike to count. The infield for Snow Canyon coming in. Snow Canyon wants to try to cut that run down at the plate. The 0-1 pitch popped up, and this one will go foul. And we'll do the 0-2 pitch over again. No balls and 2 strikes to count here on Levitt. Outfield playing kind of medium deep, so a fly ball to the outfield would get that run home. The 0-2 pitch, inside and tight and off the helmet there of Levitt, and that will load the bases. Second straight day that we've had somebody hit in the helmet. Last night it was, I believe, someone from Park City who actually had to come out of the ball game. That one there, the first base umpire will check on Levitt and see. Definitely not what you want to see when the ball hits you in the head. But now the base is full for Dixie, and it will be Hobbs Nyberg coming to the plate. They just examined the helmet to make sure there was no damage. And now I believe you're going to get the Snow Canyon coach, just going to, one of the coaches anyway, just going to pop out to make sure he's okay. And now Nyberg with the bases full of Flyers here in the bottom of the fourth inning, looking to try to see if he can give Dixie the lead. Running over at third base, Cooper Vest, Trey Johnson at second, Caleb Levitt over at first, and the pitch. Nyberg swings and pops this one up. It's going to be in shallow left field, coming in strong. It's going to be the shortstop who will make the play. Going out was Deming, and a big second out right there. And now you have to deal with Dayton Dempsey with the bases full. But if you're Jed Jensen, you're an out away from getting out of the bases loaded jam and having an opportunity to bring your bats up in the top of the fifth inning. Dempsey 1 for 2, a ground out to short and a single back in the third. Pitch on its way. Dempsey pops this one up into shallow right center field. Coming in and running under it is Baker, and the inning is over. Dixie loads the bases. They get one back, however, and at the end of 4, it's Snow Canyon and Dixie tied at 1 at the 2017 Class 3A Baseball State Championship here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 3 left unfinished. up for Snow Canyon in the fifth inning is the catcher, number 8, Caleb Gates.
Top of the fifth inning, both teams have had chances with runners on base to extend their lead. Dixie able to tie it in the bottom of the fourth inning. Catcher Caleb Gates will stand in to lead it off, and the first pitch misses low and away, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. It will be Gates, Jamison Day, and Davis Rigby coming up against Kaler Yates. Dixie has left 7. They've left 7 men on base. Snow Canyon has left 4 men on base. The 1-0 pitch is going to be bounced over to third, past the third baseman Fisher into left field. Caleb Gates has his second hit of the ball game, and he'll be again ran for. I believe that's going to be Seth Smith who will run as Jamison Day comes to the plate, and it will be Seth Smith. Jamison Day is 0 for 2. Struck out in the first and grounded out to second. Top of the fifth inning, tied at 1 between Snow Canyon and Dixie. The pitch on its way. This one's going to be a high chopper. Fisher's going to take it, and it's going to come off his glove. Everybody's going to be safe as Fisher kind of had to jump a little bit into the air to try to keep that one in front of him. And I believe, try to see here how they're going to give him an error on that. It's going to be an E5 against Fisher. Here's Davis Rigby. That's what they put up on the scoreboard anyway. And with nobody out, here comes Davis Rigby. Rigby singled in the first, struck out as he'll square around to bunt. Pulls it back and takes the called strike. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike to count as Cooper Vest is playing in on the grass at first, protecting here in case he lays down the bunt. We'll see what Fisher does. If Fisher stays home, I would imagine to cover the bag. Not bunting there, and Davis Rigby fouls it back. It's 0-2 here on the Snow Canyon center fielder. Top of the fifth inning, a 1-1 tie here in the 3A state championship. Dixie wins, they're the state champions. If Snow Canyon wins, we're playing the second one to determine the state championship. That one's lined right back off the pitcher. It's going to go to the second baseman. Their only play will be first, and Rigby almost beat it out, but a nice heads-up play there from Blanchard. The runners, however, will move up, so the equivalent of the sacrifice put on there, and now Austin Deming, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, will come to the plate. That one went right back to the pitcher and off the glove of Yates, and luckily it kicked into a position where Blanchard was able to at least get one out. Wasn't sure when that happens. It can go a variety of different ways, but now Deming will stand in. Runners on second and third, 1 out, and that one blocked in the dirt. A good stop behind home plate. Deming struck out in both his at-bats. Standing in, ready to go here. And the pitch on its way. Deming swings through that one and evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dixie will bring the infield in. Runs in this one have been at a premium. Don't want to get down right now with the way these two pitchers, Jed Jensen and Kaler Yates, are battling today. The 1-1 pitch on its way. That one, Deming hits it hard, but foul down the right field line. We'll do the 1-2 pitch over again. One ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the fifth inning. Snow Canyon threatening, runners on at second and third. And time will be called here as Yates takes a step off the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. About ready to come home, on its way. Swung out and missed, strike 3. Deming again swings through it, his 3rd strikeout of the day. Strikeout number 7 for Kaylor Yates. And with 2 outs, it will bring up Cannon Sechrist, and they're going to intentionally put him on. So he will be intentionally walked. In high school, you do not have to throw the 4 pitches. So it's equivalent right now to what you can do in the major leagues. You can just tell them you want to put him on. And now the bases are full for Braden Baker. Baker is struck out and grounded out to the first baseman. Up here with the bases full of Warriors. Dixie will play back. And the pitch on its way on the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Snow Canyon scoring in the top of the first, and then 3 straight innings of zeros. Dixie 3 zeros and then a run in the bottom of the 4th. That one's going to skip away. Here comes the run from third. The throw to the plate, not in time. It went through the glove of the pitcher. Yates covering the bag. It would have been close, and Snow Canyon has a 2-1 lead. The ball getting away from the catcher right there as a heads-up play by both the catcher and pitcher to have a play at the plate. But the throw went through Yates' glove as he went to apply the tag, and a big run scoring now from third base. Snow Canyon taking advantage, getting the second run of the ball game. The 1-1 pitch, Baker checks his swing. That one was low, and they're saying that it was inside. You saw the home plate umpire there motion like this to the third base coach, or to the third base dugout to say, hey, that was inside. 2-1 the count on Braden Baker. The 2-1 pitch from Yates on its way home. Baker lines this one to center. It's going to stay up there, though, for Dempsey in center field, and the inning's over. But Snow Canyon gets one back. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for Snow Canyon. It's the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Championship game here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading out for the Dixie Flyers in the 5th inning is the third baseman, number 18, Tyson Fisher.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, as the Dixie Flyers will come up. It will be 3, 4, and 5. Fisher, Hara, and then Woodland coming up here against Jed Jensen, who's only allowed 5 hits in the 1 run. The first pitch to Fisher's pulled foul down the third baseline as Jensen starts Fisher off there with the breaking pitch. No balls and a strike to count here on Tyson Fisher. Fisher has been hit by a pitch and had a single back in the third. The 0-1 on its way home is popped up down the line. This one will go foul, and it's 0-2 on Tyson Fisher. Dixie, the home team in the home white uniforms. Snow Canyon, white pants, green tops with the black lettering. The 0-2 pitch on its way. A fastball misses, and it's ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jensen working quickly. The 1-2 pitch to Fisher, and that one's going to be lined down the left field line. That's going to one-hop the wall, over to play it. Fisher will take the turn as it's misplayed and bobbled by Jamison Day. And Fisher's into second with a leadoff double. And the tying run on the base pass for Dixie here in the 6th on Tyson Fisher's 3rd hit of the ball game. And now Peyton Hara, the right fielder, will stand in. Hara has grounded to first and then also popped out. And now they're going to run. No, they're not going to run. That's the coach coming out right now of the dugout. Fisher will be the runner out at second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch, the bunt laid down by Hara. It's a good one. Going to be a tough play, and no play is going to be able to be made by Gubler at third base. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. And now the pressure comes back on Jed Jensen. Jensen is grounded to third and reached on a fielding error by Denning. Right here. Infield up the middle, playing almost a double play depth. Like they will give Dixie the run to have a shot at the double play. Woodland at the plate. The pitch, bunt being shown, pops the bunt up and fouls it back. The last thing in that situation, or any time when you want to lay down a bunt, is you don't want to pop it up. No balls and a strike here on Woodland. Kaylor Yates, the pitcher, waiting on deck. The 0-1 pitch, inside and tight, but it breaks up back over the middle of the plate for a called strike at the last minute. And it's 0-2 the count here on Wyatt Woodland. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Delivery on its way. That one's going to be a high chopper. That should get the run home. They get the out at second for one. The relay turn in time for the double play. However, it will tie the ball game as Fisher scores from third. As Deming to Sechrist over to Sechrist for the 6-4-3 double play. And now Kaylor Yates will come to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. And the game just tied up at 2. Working here, the right-hander kicks and delivers. And that one's right there for a called strike, and it's no balls and a strike here on Yates. A good pitcher's duel, really, between these two teams. Hits have been tough to get at times. The pitch on its way, a fastball stays high, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jensen, the right-hander, going to work as he kicks and delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one's right on the corner for a ball, and it's 2-1 the count here on Jensen. Jensen will wind, deliver. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Yates. That one misses low, ball 3. And it's 3-1 here on Kaylor Yates. The battle of pitchers, the battle of number 14, the pitch. Yates goes the other way and just grounds it foul, and the count will go full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jed Jensen looking for the strikeout here. That one misses outside, ball 4, and Kaylor Yates will draw a walk. That will extend the inning. Here comes Cooper Vest. Vest has walked and then singled in the 4th and got stranded on the base paths in the 4th inning. The bases were full for Dixie, and then Snow Canyon got 2 big outs when it really was an opportunity where it looked like Snow Canyon really could open up the ball game. Here the runner takes off. The throw from Gates is going to one hop. They try to apply the swipe tag, but not in time. Underneath the tag there is Kaylor Yates. He gets his first stolen base. He was caught stealing earlier, and now Dixie has the leading run in scoring position. No balls and 1 strike the count. Jensen checking the runner. Looks like he's going. He's caught. Here's the shortstop, Deming, running him back to third. They get it over the third baseman, who will run him back towards second. And he's literally just caught. It's just a matter of time. Here's the tag, and he is going to be out trying to get to third base. And now they're having a conversation. It looks like right now as the benches for Dixie. The benches came clear right now for Dixie. Half the team was off the bench. They thought the tag was a little more aggressive than it needed to be. And the three umpires getting over there to talk with, to make sure that we didn't have any sort of benches clearing brawl, but the inning is over. We head to the top of the 6th inning, tied at 2, Snow Canyon and Dixie here at the 2017 3A state tournament game here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading on for Scott Denton in the 6th inning is the designated hitter, number 23, Zach Nowatzki.
Top of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, as it will be Zach Nowatzki, Steven Gubler, and Jed Jensen, 6, 7, and 8 coming up. And Kaylor Yates will stand in. The first pitch misses away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count here on Zach Nowatzki. 2-2 tie, top of the 6th. We're in the late innings of this one, scheduled to play 7. The 1-0 pitch, Nowatzki pulls that one foul down the third baseline, and the count will even back up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The umpire's having a conversation in between innings, and not exactly sure what it was, but I think they were talking about the hard tag as somebody then kind of lunged towards the other team. And nonetheless, that's kind of the emotions that come with playing in a state championship. The 1-1 pitch misses ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. And with these teams being Region 9 rivals and being located so close in proximity in St. George, this one's fouled back, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's not just like you're playing for a state championship, but you're playing your rival for a state championship. At 2 balls and 2 strikes here with nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Zach Nowatzki, the designated hitter, standing in, and the pitch misses ball 3, and the count runs full. They'll appeal to first. No, he did not go, says the first base umpire. And the count goes full here on Nowatzki. Nowatzki to stand in, that open stance in the box. A 3-2 pitch. Nowatzki pops this one up as that one will get out of play here and off the netting, and we'll roll back onto the field here. We'll have another 3-2 pitch coming up. This game could come down to extra bases. It could come down to who can steal that extra base. And the 3-2 pitch misses high, ball 4. Nowatzki's aboard to start the 6th inning. And it could come down to what speed you have on your bench, with the idea that you can have someone run speed up. And here's the third baseman, Steven Gubler. Gubler, I believe, was the man who made the tag last inning on the base runner on Kaylor Yates. And the pickoff move and diving back safely will be Nowatzki. It can be hard when you get in those rundowns to see who it was that exactly made the tag. Runner takes off, and Gubler hits this one down the line past Cooper Vest. With the runner going, it's into the corner. That will get the runner easily from first to third. Gubler will hold at first, and Snow Canyon now with runners on the corners. And the pitcher, Jed Jensen, coming up with a chance to help his own cause and give Snow Canyon the lead. Jensen's 0 for 2 in the ballgame, a ground out to short, and is also flown out to left. right here. Jensen will get ready to stand on the mound. Dixie's going to go get an arm loose in the bullpen. A.J. Levitt, a sophomore, is going to begin to throw. Down in the third base bullpen, where Dixie, the home team, is. And now a time call. I don't know if there's some stalling going on now. There'll be signals given. It's not necessarily stalling, but just allowing some extra time for Levitt to start getting that arm loose. As the big question was with Snow Canyon would be how much pitching would they have left in the tank? Pitch on its way. That one low for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. With Snow Canyon having to play out of the consolation bracket, you have to think they've gone a little bit more deeper into their pitching staff, and unless they maybe saved some arms in case they got to this position, the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball hit to center field. It's going to be Dempsey who's going to make the catch. Tagging is Nowatzki. He will come in to score, and Snow Canyon has a 3-2 lead. So that's doing your job if you're Jed Jensen right there. You don't necessarily need a hit to continue the inning. What you did need, however, though, was something to the outfield, something to give your team the lead and give yourself the lead, as here's a 2-for-2 Caleb Gates. Gates a double back in the third and then a single in the fifth with a run scored. Pickoff move, and diving back over to the bag is Gubler. We've seen that Kaylor Yates loves the quick move, loves to throw over when the runner's still getting his lead. The first pitch to Gates is a curveball right on the outside corner. And it's a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Caleb Gates. Here's the pitch, and that one missing for a ball, evens the count up at 1-1. Snow Canyon had a pretty big lead in one of those regular season matchups. Then Dixie's walked off with 6 in the 7th. Runner takes off and hit right in the hole, and that will move the runner from 1 to 3rd. Here's the throw, will be late, as sliding into 3rd is going to be Gubler on the single by Caleb Gates. And right now, Snow Canyon saying, see, we can hit the ball too. And with runners on the corners here with 1 out, it's going to go back to the top of the lineup in Jamison Day. And Kaylor Yates now has a little bit more pressure on him. Dixie right now with 1 out, a double play, a ground ball double play, and they can be out of the inning. Jamison Day still doesn't need a hit necessarily here to get the run home. Remember that. Another fly ball to the outfield would give the Warriors of Snow Canyon a 2-run lead. There's another pickoff move, and back is the runner over at first. I believe that's Seth Smith once again, who's came in to run, and it is. Here's the pitch to Jamison Day. The breaking ball sits high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Jamison Day. From the stretch, another pickoff move, and Smith is back. To give you an idea, the last time that this Dixie team lost a game, they lost in 8 innings back on April the 7th against the Desert Hills Thunder, a game that was played at Desert Hills High School. 1 ball and no strikes, the count, ready to go. The pitch on its way. Runner takes off. The throw is going to be cut off by the second baseman, and it's going to kind of kick through to the shortstop. The runner at 3rd holds, and now Snow Canyon with runners on at 2nd and 3rd. A base hit here really could open the ball game up, as it's a 1-1 count on Jamison Day. Desert Hills High School, a nice facility down there, kind of tucked away behind the softball field. The 1-1 pitch, blocked in the dirt, a good stop, as Dixie will bring the infield in. The hard part that starts to become, if you're the Dixie Flyers, is every run that you allow late in this ball game, whether it's in the 6th or the 7th, you're digging a bigger deficit with less outs to work with. Tyson Fisher will come have a quick word with Kaylor Yates. Running on at second base is going to be Seth Smith. Steven Gubler running over at third. The 2-1 pitch on its way. That one's grounded right back up. Diving stop made at second. The only play, however, will be first. Gubler scores. It's a 4-2 lead for Snow Canyon. So with the infield in, does his job if you're Jamison Day. You find some way to get the run home to extend the lead out to 4-2 on the ground out. And now the runner, Seth Smith, 90 feet away for Davis Rigby. Rigby 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Yates comes in. That one swung on and foul tipped into the glove. Strike one. Now a lot of pressure on Lundin behind home plate to make sure that if a ball is in the dirt, that it's kept in front of him. With the speed of Smith, he scored earlier on a ball that skipped away. That one high and tight for a ball. It evens the count up at 1-1. 2 runs in here for Snow Canyon in the top of the 6th inning. A 4-2 lead for the Warriors. Infield will play back. The 1-1 pitch on its way. Swung out and missed. Strike 2. And Davis Rigby down to the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kaylor Yates working from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be a bouncer on the infield the second. Charging it, going to make a quick throw over and does successfully is Blanchard, and the inning is over. But the damage is done as 2 runs score in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Snow Canyon 4, Dixie 2. You're watching the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading out for Dixie in the 6th inning is the first baseman, number 7, Cooper Vest.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. It will be Cooper Vest, Chase Lundin, and then Caleb Levitt. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Dixie Flyers. And Vest is going to bounce this one up through the middle for a base hit. And the leadoff man on for Dixie here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Vest has been aboard 3 times today for the Flyers. And Chase Lundin will come to the plate. Lundin 1 for 2, flew out to left and then doubled back in the 4th inning. No action going right now in the Snow Canyon bullpen. Jed Jensen seems to be the guy for the Warriors. Vest gets his lead over at first, a pretty good-sized lead. And the pitch on its way, a breaking ball right on the outside corner for a called strike. And it's 0-1 the count here on Lundin. It will be Caleb Levitt to hit next, and then back to the top of the lineup and Hobbs Nyberg. Big hole on the right side with the first baseman, Cannon Seacrest, holding the runner. Lundin swings through it, and it's 0-2. If there is a game 2, the first pitch was scheduled for 2 p.m. or just past 2. So my guess is 20 to 30 minutes before, or 20 to 30 minutes after is my guess. They'll probably just get the field ready, exchange lineups, and go. Here's the 0-2 pitch, about ready to come home. Fastball on the corner, but just missed for a ball. It's 1-2. The Snow Canyon faithful to the first base side of the field wanted that one for a called strike 3, but didn't get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes, no outs, bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch on its way. That one's lined right to the shortstop. Denning makes the throw across in time to double him off. Another hard hit ball hit off the bat of Dixie, hit right at somebody, and the shortstop made a great throw across the diamond in time. Deming showing off the arm, and now with 2 outs, it's Levitt, the left fielder, who takes the first pitch called strike. And you can just kind of feel right now that the momentum has kind of shifted from Dixie over to Snow Canyon. No balls and a strike to count. Jensen ready to go. The 0-1 pitch right on the corner for a called strike 2. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Caleb Levitt. Levitt singled in the 3rd and was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Has reached base in both the at-bats today. And the 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be hit into left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. So Levitt aboard with a 2-out single. Now turns the lineup over to the top of the lineup, and it will bring up Hobbs Nyberg. Nyberg has grounded to short, lined out into a double play, and then popped out to the shortstop Deming in his last at bat in the 4th. From the stretch, ready to go, and the pitch. And that one, Nyberg hits it into right field. It is going to stay up. Making a leaping catch is Brendan Baker, and the inning is over. We head to the 7th here at Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Snow Canyon 4, Dixie 2. You're watching the 2017 Class 3A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
And 1 left out pitch. Your attention, please. Now pitching for Dixie, number 16, A.J. Levitt. Leading out for Snow Canyon in the 7th inning is the shortstop, number 13, Austin Deming.
Top of the 7th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Snow Canyon leading this one by 2 as A.J. Levitt, number 16, will take over on the mound. And the first pitch on its way is going to be chopped deep, and Austin Deming aboard with a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. The first hit for Deming in the ballgame to go along with 3 strikeouts, and the leadoff man on here in the 7th for Cannon Sechrist. A couple of changes for the Dixie Flyers, as remaining in the game and moving to second base is going to be Kaylor Yates. And the first pitch in there, a called strike to Cannon Sechrist. Sechrist is 2 for 2, a RBI double, a single in the fourth. And then it was intentionally put on in the fifth. The 0-1 pitch on its way, and that one's going to be rolled towards short. This could be 2. Yates at second with the turn in time for the 6-4-3 double play. So a nice job, Nyberg to Yates to Vest, and there's 2 outs. Here's Braden Baker. Baker made the nice kind of leaping catch in right field to end the bottom of the 6th inning. And Braden Baker will stand in. He's grounded to first, struck out, and then lined out to center. A.J. Levitt kicks and delivers, and that one bounces in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count. One ball and no strikes the count. Levitt ready to go. Here's the 1-0 pitch on its way, a breaking ball, outside ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Braden Baker. Working here from the windup, the right-hander A.J. Levitt. And the pitch on its way, breaking ball, as I think the hitter there, Baker, was trying to check his swing but ended up going around. It's 2-1 on Baker. Ready to go. Here's the 2-1 pitch, the kick and the delivery on its way. Misses low and away, ball 3, and the count moves to 3-1 on Braden Baker. Zach Nowatzki on deck for Snow Canyon if the inning continues. And the 3-1 pitch on its way, breaking ball, fouled back to the screen and kind of rolled foul. And it's 3-2 on Braden Baker. Game 3, if Snow Canyon holds on, would be played to decide the state champion. Here's the 3-2 pitch. The kick and the delivery on its way. Swung out and missed. The ball skips away. Lundin will have to finish the throw, which he will, and the inning is over. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dixie needs 2 to tie to send this to the 8th. The Flyers with 3 can win the state title. We'll find out what happens, whether Dixie's taking home a state championship or we're playing game 3 between Snow Canyon and Dixie after the break here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Leading off the 7th inning for Dixie is the center fielder, number 3, Nathan Dempsey.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. The Snow Canyon faithful are happy. The Warriors are 3 outs away from forcing the 2nd championship game of the day. What would be the 3rd game of the day for the Snow Canyon Warriors? It will be Dayton Dempsey, Tyson Fisher, and Peyton Hara, 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Dempsey is 1 for 3 with a single back in the 3rd inning. It will be Jed Jensen who will try to go the distance here for Snow Canyon. Jensen will deliver the first pitch, and Dempsey takes the curveball outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. The right-hander, Jensen, will kick and deliver this one home. And Dempsey hits this one to right field. A long run, but getting over there is Baker. He'll make the catch, and there's one away here in the 7th inning. Here comes Tyson Fisher. Fisher's been aboard all 3 times today, including being hit by a pitch, had a single in the third, and then a double, and came around to score what was the tying run in the bottom of the 5th inning to tie the ball game at 2. 1 out, the pitch on its way. Fisher swings and chases one out of the strike zone as that slider came low and away. He swung through it, no balls and a strike on Tyson Fisher. Working, here's the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, and Fisher hit this one a mile, but did he keep it fair? He did. It's gone, a home run for Tyson Fisher. A solo shot that will bring the tying run to the plate for Dixie in Peyton Hara. Dixie still needs 1 more run to tie the ball game. They would need 2 to win the state title. Peyton Hara is 1 for 3. A ground out to first, a pop out to second, a single in his last at bat in the 5th. Takes the first pitch away for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Jensen ready to go. The pitch right there for a called strike. It evens the count up at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Ready to go. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one right on the corner but missed. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Peyton Hara. Snow Canyon and Dixie. The 2-1 pitch. And Hara hits this one into left field. It's falling, and it's going to be caught, however, by the left fielder, Jamison Day. And there's 2 away. It looked like Day might have been playing a step or 2 back, and now Dixie's down to their final out. Here's Wyatt Woodland. Woodland has grounded out, has reached on an error, and then grounded into a double play in his last at bat. Snow Canyon 1 out away from forcing game 2. And the pitch. Fastball misses away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. We've had a pitcher's duel with some hits. The 1-0 pitch on its way, breaking ball and misses. Ball 2, it's 2 balls and no strikes. The count on the count on Wyatt Woodland. Woodland represents the tying run. The 2-0 pitch, fastball misses away, ball 3, and the count goes to 3-0 on Wyatt Woodland. On deck is Kaylor Yates. The 3-0 pitch. Jensen delivers this one, and that's going to miss low, ball 4. So the tying run right now on at first base in Wyatt Woodland. We'll see, and they will run speed up. I believe it's going to be Trey Johnson who will come in to run. It will be Trey Johnson who will run for Wyatt Woodland. So now if you're Snow Canyon, you have to be very careful on any ball in the dirt. Any throwing error right now could end up moving that runner from first all the way over to third, or who knows what could happen. Johnson with good speed on the base pass at first. The quick pickoff move almost threw it away, and diving back safely was Johnson. The last thing you want to do right now if you're Jed Jensen is make a throwing error over to first and give Johnson extra bases. Yates stands in, first pitch, misses low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Kyler Yates. Cooper Vest, who's 2 for 2 in the on-deck circle. And that one's checked to swing. It's going to be a called strike just hitting the outside corner. And the count evens up at 1-1. Ready to go. Here's the 1-1 pitch about to come home. And Yates lines that one foul. And now he's down to the count 1-2. Dixie down to their final strike. Snow Canyon 1 strike away from advancing to play the second championship game. Jensen ready to go, kicks and delivers this one, misses outside, ball 2, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jensen takes a look in behind the plate, gets what he wants, and the 2-2 pitch. Yates pops it up and foul into the equipment utility area down the right field line, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. A 4-3 lead for Snow Canyon. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball through the left side for a base hit. Johnson will go to third. The throw comes into third, and they didn't get Johnson. He's just underneath the tag. Kaylor Yates with a big base knock. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And it will be Cooper Vest to be the hitter. We'll have a visit out to the mound here for Snow Canyon. The Dixie Flyers are 90 feet away from tying this ball game and sending it to the 8th inning. The winning run is over at first base in Kaylor Yates, who has very good speed. We've seen Yates try to steal second base twice this afternoon. He's 1 for 2. If he tries to go here early in the count, very easily, you might just let him take the bag. You might not even try to throw down and get him. Who knows what Snow Canyon would have. The last thing you want to do is make a throw down and then have Johnson come in to score the tying run. And then if you don't get Yates, you have the winning run in scoring position. Here's Cooper Vest. Vest is 2 for 2. He's been on board 3 times, has a walk back in the second with 2 base hits. The pitch on its way. Vest swings. This is deep. It could be out of here, and it's gone. Dixie's won the 3A state title. He's got to touch all the bases. That's what they're trying to do. He has to touch home plate for it to be I think Snow Canyon, as he will come home. Cooper Vest, the game-winning 3-run homer, and Dixie wins the state championship. Now we should maybe wait a second. The umpire's having a conversation, and what I'm not sure of is because of the fact, I'm not sure what the rule would be, but I'm not sure if they're going to say they're pointing towards third base. So I think what they may be talking about is whether or not, I don't really know exactly what they're talking about here, but as of right now, it's a 6-4 final for Dixie. The Flyers are waiting. Snow Canyon right now just standing that their coaches, I think, brought something to the attention of the umpire right now as to what has to something that happened. And they're telling, the Dixie coaches are telling their players to get back in the dugout. The fans are elated right now as to what happened. You see the umpires right there having the conversation. One saying that they went making the around the bases, the home run, the circle motion. The only thing I can think of is that there's some conversation going on about whether he went outside the baseline, and if he is, he would be considered out because of the fact that everybody mobbed him before getting to the home plate. If that was the case, it would come down to whether or not the other run touched home before. At this point, I mean, Dixie had a 3-run homer, so even if the run doesn't come in to score, and this is going to be a very tough call for the umpires, because if they do somehow overturn the home run, they're going to have half the stands are going to be very angry right now, as everyone just kind of waits and sees what happens here momentarily between these umpires. Snow Canyon right now, they're just kind of standing around waiting. Dixie, you can tell they're kind of waiting for the celebration. Snow Canyon, I think, pointing to the fact that when they kind of mobbed him, they mobbed everybody. As I think that's head coach Ibsen is out pretty close to the baseline right now as this conversation continues between the umpires. So as of right now, and the game's over, Dixie has won the 2017 state championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the group that had a chance to take off, we will be making the award ceremony.
Well, the Dixie Flyers come out victorious, a three-run walk-off home run from Cooper Vest. Congratulations to the Dixie Flyers for the 3A state baseball tournament, and the championship goes home to the Dixie Flyers. We will say so long for the Class 3A tournament, but tune in starting Monday morning at 11 a.m. where we'll be back here at Brent Brown Ballpark for the opening game of the 4A state tournament here from Brent Brown Ballpark. We'll have a couple elimination games in the quarterfinals, and then we'll have in the evening, we'll have the winners brackets games from right here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Until Monday, I'm Ryan Pickens signing off from Brent Brown Ballpark, where today the Dixie Flyers come away with a 3A state championship.
Representing National Tire Centers is Mr. Michael Perry of the Athens location. Representing UHSA is Mr. Jeff Clark, Assistant Director of the UHSA. First of all, we begin the awards with the presentation of the second place trophy in the state 3A tournament to the Snow Canyon Warriors. And now, Mr. Mike McCarthy of the Nashua Tire Centers represents the state championship trophy for 2017 to the Dixie Flyers. On behalf of the New York School Activities Association, hosting the state of Brent Brown Ballpark and Utah University for assistance in hosting the state championship. We salute National Tire Centers for assistance in presenting this tournament. Thank you for your attendance and continued support of high school activities, and please drive carefully. Thank you.